Here's what happened at the MXGP of Qatar. The qualifying, Calvin Verlanderen had a problem with his bike at the start as the two KTMs of Jonas and Prado thought they'd stole the whole shot, but it was Samuele Bernardini on the TM who beat them both to it and led for the next couple of laps. Behind them, the two Suzukis of Jeremy Seewer and Hunter Lawrence were well placed, so too was the blue Yamaha of Benoit Paturel in fourth, as Alvin Osland tried to go around the outside. Eventually, though, Bernardini's time at the front was done as Jonas got better drive coming out of turn 2, and by the time he reached turn 3, he passed the Italian and pushed him into second position. Benoit Paturel was next to go through. Had to work a little bit harder than Jonas, but eventually he made the pass stick on the exit of this turn, got himself into second and went after the number 41 in a battle for the lead. Behind them was Prado and Jeremy Seewer. That battle continued between Prado, Seewer and Lawrence. The two Suzuki's giving chase to the Red Bull KTM. Seewer dived down the inside to get himself into fourth on lap 4 and then went after Samuele Bernardini. He made this pass 2 laps later to get himself into third. By then, Jonas and Paturel were just too far ahead. Jorge Prado then found his way past Samuele Bernardini as he charged his way into fourth. Hunter Lawrence was the next rider to go through. So too, Julian Lieber. Julian Lieber made that pass to go through into sixth as Bernardini eventually faded down to 21st position by the time the checkered flag fell. Of course, Jonas, though, started to make a break for it as Paturel settled in second and Jeremy Seewer looked comfortable in third. And then in the closing stages, the number 6 Khmer Yamaha rider thought he'd managed to close in, but in the end, Jonas held on. Paturel was second, Seewer, Prado and Lawrence, your top 5.
Yeah, I know that I got a really good start, and yeah, I was first laps. I was a little bit battling with Bernardini, and then yeah, I made the pass and just rode easy race. You know, I just tried to not make any mistakes. You know, I still rode tight, not what I like, but you know, we will improve for tomorrow hopefully. And yeah, I just want to thank to all my team, you know, PG41 and yeah, everyone who helped me, KTM Red Bull Factory Racing team. They just did a great job, and it's been a long time off, you know, and it's nice to be back in the GPs.
A great start to the season then for Jonas, winning the first qualifying race of the season. He will go to the line on pole for the main race on Saturday. In the MXGP qualifying race, Antonio Cairoli thought he'd stole the foxhole shot over on the left-hand side, but Tim Geiser, the defending champion, swept around the outside on his HRC machine. Behind him, Gauthier Paulin was in third. The two Yamahas of Romain Febvre and Arnaud Tonus were right there as well in fourth and fifth as Bobachev tried to split those two guys as they headed down towards turn 3. There was a little bit of jostling for position as well. Clement de Sale made a slight mistake, and another rider who didn't make a great start, Jeffrey Hurling's there, number 84 for Red Bull KTM, started 13, eventually faded down to 16th with that hand injury. Eventually his teammate Glenn Koldenoff found his way through on his charge back to 13th. With Geiser leading and Cairoli in second. The battle for fourth was on between Evgeny Bobryshev, Team HRC on the 777 red Honda, and the 461 former champion Romain Febvre as they battled over that fourth position. A battle that would actually go pretty much the entire moto. Behind Jeremy Van Hoorbeek was number 4 Arnaud Tonus and Max Ansting. Those two battling over 7th place for much of the race. Max Nagel, number 12 on the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna, was having a slightly difficult time. Made a mistake coming out of one of the corners, and Clement de Sale was through, number 25 on his Monster Energy Kawasaki. That pass put the Belgian into 9th place. A lap later, it was the turn of de Sale's teammate, 911, Jordi Tixier. He made this pass on Nagel to get himself into 10th, and that's where he would stay. Nagel would end the race in 11th. Tony Cairoli, at one point, in the second half of the race was around 4 seconds or so adrift of Tim Geiser. And we thought that the race was pretty much done. And behind them, the battle between Paulin, Bobryshev and Febvre started to heat up as well. The three riders concertinaed together until Febvre made this mistake, pushing too hard, got bounced out of the rut, high-sided and went down to 7th place. Jeremy Van Horbik and Onno Tonus both went through. But in the final lap, Tony Cairoli whittled that gap from 4 seconds right the way down to the rear wheel of Tim Geiser. He jumped short on the landing, but Geiser had control going into the final turn. It was Geiser who took the checkered flag ahead of Cairoli and Gauthier Paulin.
Yeah, actually I have pretty good start. I take a whole shot or second, I don't know. And then I found some good lines, really start enjoying on the track, but then on the end, fever got me. I was like so weak, but anyway, really happy with qualification race and really looking forward for tomorrow.
Good luck for the race, thank you.
Tim Geiser adds a qualifying race win to the 2 victories he picked up last year and goes to the line first ahead of Cairoli, Paulin, Bobryshev, Van Horbik and the rest.
Winner, Paul Jonas. Red plate, it goes to Paul Jonas.
Yeah, coming to this race, I just wanted to do 2 consistent motos and yeah, just try to take off the pressure off my shoulders and just ride my own race. And I managed to get 2 really good starts and yeah, I just managed also to stay calm and didn't make any big mistakes, so stayed in the lead for and 2 moto wins. First overall, that's just amazing feeling, you know.
And the trophy to the winning, the series leader and race winner, Tony Colorado.
The race was very tough, but you know, for sure we'll be more fit for the next one. For sure, I'm really happy about this double victory. It was I don't know, well, to have the red plate back on the bike how it feels, but you know, 2 long years, but we try to keep it now.
Il primo GP della stagione è positivo, ho iniziato con un venerdì sera non proprio come volevo, però ci siamo rifatti questo sabato sera e mi sembra con un quinto assoluto e un sesto e un ottavo di manche. E la prima manche sono partito non benissimo, poi durante il primo giro ho perso qualche posizione e sono riuscito a rimontare dalla 17esima alla sesta posizione. Una buona manche. Poi la seconda sono riuscito a partire un po' meglio, ero intorno ai 5-6 il primo giro, ho cercato di tenere il ritmo, poi è arrivato Sciver, mi ha superato, e Lorenz e ho finito ottavo. Sciver che mi ha superato sinceramente non lo vedevo più veloce ma non irraggiungibile. Poi non lo so, Jonas che ha vinto quanto più veloce andava, poi vedremo nelle classifiche, nei tempi, però proviamo a stare più vicini possibile gara dopo gara nelle prossime gare. Sono felice, so che si può far meglio, con il team lavoriamo bene e cerchiamo di migliorarci gara dopo gara e la stagione è lunga.
An eventful second round of the FIM Motocross World Championship, the MXGP of Indonesia at Pangkal Pinang. David Puchis grabbed the first foxhole shot in MX2 in a dry condition race, but good starts also for the championship leader of Paul Jonas, and also Samuele Bernardini and Brian Bogus with Jeremy C were right in there as well, looking to try and grab some vital points. Bernardini pushed on to take second in the early stages of the race, but then was passed back almost immediately by the championship leader, Jonas, on the number 41 Red Bull KTM, as he went after the 46 HSF Logistics KTM of Puchis. Meanwhile, his teammate, Brian Borges, tipped off over the side of one of the tabletops as the track started to deteriorate. Days of rain making certain parts of this racetrack very, very sticky indeed, as Adam Sterry found out when he fell from 4th on lap 5. Thomas Kjær Olsen charged through on the number 19. Husqvarna He got himself up into a top 5 position with that move on Samuele Bernardini, and he would eventually finish in 6th place. Bernardini would eventually come home in 8th, but as the race drew to a close, riders such as Jorge Prado, Hunter Lawrence, Julian Lieber, 33, and also Puches and Siwa got caught in the mud on more than one occasion. Siwa, though, rode a perfect race to come home a winner for the first time in MX2. Puches 2nd, Lieber 3rd, Van Donning and Paturel, your top 5. In MXGP Race 1, it was Romain Fevre on the 461 Monster Energy Yamaha who took the Fox hole shot, but with him were the 259 of Glenn Coldenhoff, 89 Van Horbig, Cairoli, Geiser, De Salle and Simpson. Tonus was also well placed. But before long, Coldenhoff took the lead as Fevre dropped rapidly down to about 6th place in the first few corners. Jeffrey Hurlings and his teammate Tony Cairoli battled. The 222 won that battle as he charged through the field. But the battle for 2nd place, Geiser, De Salle and Simpson had everybody on their toes here in Indonesia. Simpson found his way first past Clement De Salle and then went after the 243 HRC rider of Tim Geiser. And it wasn't long before he found his way past the defending champion, utilising the same piece of racetrack to make his moves right in front of the pit lane area. So that was Simpson into 2nd, and he went after Coldenhoff, and it wasn't long before he found his way into the lead as well. And with that, Simpson just took off and rode off into the distance, despite the treacherous conditions of this racetrack. In 3rd was De Salle, but Fevre charged into 4th position, muscling aside Tim Geiser in the process. Cairoli had got himself well positioned. He found his way past the 243 of Geiser, who fell in the boggy section. And De Salle also having to pick his lines carefully. On this occasion, Romain Fevre was able to follow him through. But then Fevre also then succumbed to the conditions in the later stages of the race, eventually coming home in 18th position. It was a good, solid ride for Glenn Coldenhoff, coming home 2nd ahead of De Salle, but it was Sean Simpson who was the winner in race 1 for Wilvo Yamaha MXGP. MX2 race 2, Calvin Belandren hitting the gate and going over the handlebars. But it was Jeremy Siwa who grabbed the Fox hole shot just as the rain started to fall and the conditions of the circuit started to deteriorate. His teammate Hunter Lawrence was right there with him, but it was Brian Bogus who took the early advantage. But no one expected the charge from 321. Samuele Bernardini on the factory TM. He took the lead, Bogus was 2nd, the 2 Suzukis were 3rd and 4th, and as Hunter Lawrence tried to come through on Bogus, the 2 collided and Lawrence went down. He did remount quickly though. Adam Sterry was also well placed and was always inside the top 5 for Monster Energy Kawasaki. It was Bogus' turn to hit the dirt as Siwa went through into 2nd position, as Bernardini just disappeared off into the distance. Julian Lieber, the LRT KTM rider, who was 3rd overall in Qatar, he came from way outside the top 20, as Bernardini, save of the day for the Italian, managed to keep his wheels in line before the red flag came out. Bernardini was classified as the winner. Jeremy Siwa was 2nd, and Brian Bogus was 3rd, with Lieber 4th and Thomas Kjær Olsen 5th. And the overall Grand Prix belonged to Jeremy Siwa, Team Suzuki World MX2. Bernardini on the podium for the first time in MX2. But it was Lieber who actually came home 3rd overall, and Lieber does now take the championship leader's red plate. Siwa is 2nd, just 6 points off the lead now. But that was your podium this weekend in Indonesia. Jeremy Siwa with his first ever race win and overall Grand Prix victory, with Bernardini 2nd, Lieber 3rd. And Lieber now leads the World Championship heading into round 3.
Yeah, it was so tough. I mean, it was just surviving. Second motor, I got luckily a really good start, could follow them, and yeah, I knew I just had to survive. Many guys crashed, we left them. Once your wheel stops, it's over, you know, so I did well. They red flagged it, which was, I think, a good decision. It wasn't really rideable anymore, but I'm really happy. First GP win, and yeah, I'm looking forward for the next GPs, and I really want to thank yeah, the whole team, all my family, my sponsors, and just everyone around. It's yeah, it's been a long winter preparing ourselves to make this happen, so I'm really happy.
Unfortunately for MXGP Race 2, the red flag in MX2 Race 2 meant that the second Premier Class race wouldn't go ahead. Track conditions deemed too risky, and in the end, race direction decided to call a halt to proceedings here in Indonesia. Everybody was in agreement. There wasn't enough time to maintain the track after MX2 Race 2, and so it was Race 1 that determined the outcome here. Simpson, your overall winner, Coldenhoff second, and Clement de Sal third, with Kai Rowley and Rui Gonçalves for Husqvarna Ottaviano coming home in fifth. And Kai Rowley continues to lead by 8 points, but it's de Sal now who moves up to second. Geiser drops to third, Bobashev, Van Horbik fourth and fifth. Sean Simpson now, with that win, rounds out the top 8. It was a great day for the Wilvo Yamaha MXGP rider, Sean Simpson.
Yeah, it was. It was a funny race, really, because I got out to a good start, hung up the inside of turn 1, and then come around the first lap about 6th or 7th, and I knew when I got up past Geiser into 4th or 5th, I said to myself, I can win this moto, and I felt comfortable, suited my style, these conditions, and with a one moto format, well, this weekend it's been something new, let's say that. So always happy to take the overall victory, the GP win, and just can't say thanks enough to my team, Wilvo, Yamaha, for sticking behind me, Louis Vosters and everyone, the whole crew, my wife, my family, everyone, so thanks very much.
È stato un gran premio difficile perché siamo dall'altra parte del mondo, le condizioni della pista erano veramente disastrose, piovuto praticamente tutti i giorni e niente, siamo partiti per gara 1, avevo un buonissimo ritmo, mi sentivo veramente bene con tutto, anche con la moto, quindi ero contenta di aver capito che comunque eravamo pronti, però alla fine volevo accontentarmi di un secondo posto, ma non sono riuscita a finire la gara perché la pista veramente erano sabbie mobili e sono rimasta piantata e non sono più riuscita a finire la gara. Quindi la prima manche diciamo che è in parte da dimenticare, la seconda è stata forse ancora peggio della prima perché la pista era distrutta, è iniziata anche a piovere forte, non si stava assolutamente in piedi, però ho gestito un secondo posto, volevo veramente finirla, ho finito seconda e diciamo che essendo stato un po' un gran premio che era una lotteria, non era tanto da come va uno come va l'altra, era veramente un terno al lotto e quindi sono quinta in campionato, ho davanti solo la Duncan di quelle che puntano al titolo, non è tanto lontano e quindi sono contenta che sia finito il Gran Premio alla fine, che ci sia stata messa una pezza sopra, che abbiamo 5 settimane per lavorare per Arco di Trento e sicuramente potremmo solo che fare un buon lavoro perché siamo sulla strada giusta.